In the foreground, it's Kiwanis River Park as we look towards downtown. We're in Moose Jaw for this year's Scotties. We continue with the final day of round robin as the teams jockey for position, aiming to play on the weekend.
Close? Is it close? Oh, it's better than close. It's brilliant.
Marianne Arsenault looks to set sail into the championship round and add to her already stellar resume. But at 500, she needs a win. They picked up a W this morning. The rookies from the West Coast have been a surprise at the Scotties. Can Corinne Brown snag one more victory? BC, Nova Scotia, draw 13 next. I was reading this morning, an event like the Scotties is worth between $8 and $10 million to the local economy during a very quiet time of the year. Here at Mosaic Place, let's get you caught up on what happened this morning in Draw 12, Nunavut against Team Canada, and we are tied at 5, playing 10. Laurietti throwing the fourth stones for the team from Iqaluit. Runs this back, and when they finally settle, she thinks she's got the win. It goes to a measure, and then disappointment for Laurietti and the team from Nunavut as Team Canada steals the win. Elsewhere, it was BC scoring 4 in 4. Prince Edward Island got 5 in 5, and Krista McCarville from Northern Ontario threw the perfect game 100%, only the 4th time in Scotties history a 4th tone thrower has thrown the perfect game. So here we go on Pool B now. All the games today from Pool B. We know that Ontario and Team Wildcard are in. Wins by PEI and BC, they will be in. Nova Scotia must win to force a tiebreaker. And on this Wednesday afternoon, we say hello, Canada, and welcome back to Moose Jaw, and welcome back to Cheryl. Russ alongside. Congratulations on that Alberta Seniors win. The BC team, well, they're a few years now out of juniors, but they have made this transition to women's play look very easy.
They ever 4-2, 2 shots away from 6-0. Vic, they had a double to beat, tough double to beat Rachel Holman. They were 5 up, and Jennifer Jones let it slip away, and that's my concern. It's letting it slip away. They didn't hit anything once they were up 5. Let Jones steal a 4. They can't do that against this veteran in Marianne Arsenault.
For Nova Scotia, it's simple. This is their final. They have to win this game.
No, it's a big game, and you'll see this team respond. There's no better team to play under pressure. The one thing you do see at times, though, is Marianne. She will call quite an aggressive style game, and you need the shots to follow it up. So look at your players in front of you. Call shots that will allow them to post an 80% game, and that will go a long way to build confidence and have success in this must-win game.
So that's our featured game, British Columbia against Nova Scotia, as we wrap up pool play, Pool B.
The ultimate goal is to make the championship pool. You know, be strong, be mentally tough, do all the things that we've prepared all season to do, and do them well.
We're really excited to take on that challenge.
Gotta hang around. Now can't afford to roll away. Oh.
I think we have a really good chance, and we just have to do all the little things right to be able to compete. We're concentrating on just playing the rocks and playing it shot by shot.
The Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada. The Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by OK Tire and BKT Tires. By Scotties, Canada's #1 tissue. And by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
So this first of a tournament within a tournament ends now for Pool B. Let's meet the teams. It's brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. We'll start with Team Nova Scotia. They hail from the Mayflower Curling Club in Halifax. Marianne Arsenault with Emma Logan, Jennifer Baxter, and Christina Black. The BC champions are from the Kamloops Curling Club, and they have been forced to make a change. Corinne Brown is skipping. The lead is Ashley Klimchuk, but with an illness, the flu to Desiree Haas, it means that Daleen Piorchuk comes in to throw the second stones. The third is Erin Pincott. Last rock has been won. The draw to the button by BC, so they will have the hammer playing the Yellowstones. Marianne Arsenault out has the brush down. Oh, maybe almost middle of the 12 for her lead, her niece, Emma Logan.
Well, middle 12's about where they put the brush all week. The ice has just been spectacularly consistent, and that's what these athletes are looking for.
Okay, line's really good.
Yeah, whatever it is, whether it's 4 feet of curl or 6 feet of curl or 15-second ice or 13-second, just keep it the same. I think the curlers catch on. You'll see more shots being made, a lot more confidence.
Good judge. Good.
Yeah, fighting four is okay. Yeah.
This should be a fascinating matchup. BC's out-curled Nova Scotia statistically. And as I said in the opening, they really could be 6-0. But you're playing that wily veteran from Nova Scotia, and you got to be careful not to get out-skipped here.
Work a bit. Line's close. Starting to curl.
Wait only.
Top four, line
Yeah,
only.
no, we're all
Close.
there.
No, can't. Back four. Back four, back eight. You want to go back eight?
Make sure you're back eight.
No, we're there.
Go.
13-8.
Okay, Ash, good line.
13-8. 13-8. Yeah.
Let's take a look at the keys to the game, and we will start with Nova Scotia.
Well, I think for this team, definitely stay present. When they're coming off 2 losses, Marianne Arsenault's coming off a 59% game last game. If you start looking back to those losses or that level of play, that means you're not in the present. You're not focused on what you need to do out here today. And experience really does matter. We've talked a little bit about as championships go on, the ice will start to straighten out a bit because the rocks get a little bit duller. And she could be the first one to catch on to that and have that knowledge, and she can make some shots. It could be key in this game.
Guys, curl now, curl now. Hard. Hard, you gotta go. Go. Okay.
If anything, I would say that one's a slower rock.
Not quite around. Doesn't get there for shot rock. All right, the keys now, Russ, for BC.
Well, capitalized early. Like Cheryl just said, 59% out of Marianne. You'd like to grab that before she gets her confidence back. And also the BC front end. I know Desiree's not in now, but they were out-curling Nova Scotia substantially, 8% difference there. But watch the scoreboard. The scoreboard dictates your strategy. That's strategy 101. It did not happen in the Jones game, so they have to keep it an eye on that scoreboard and do the appropriate thing.
Keys to the game are brought to you by Scotties, Canada's #1 tissue.
Roll it big.
Good,
Really nice,
Ash,
Ash.
really nice.
A lot of players, Russ, have somebody on the team
Great shot.
that's kind of that reminder. You know, it's so easy. You're playing a tight game, back and forth. You crack a 3-ender one end, and then you continue to play a tight game. And there's always somebody on the team that'll say, hey, maybe look at the score, because I think the skip will just continue to play that style.
You can get drawn in, can't you? And that's exactly what happened in that Jones game. 5-1 lead.
Hard. Okay.
Losing to Jennifer Wildcard on the last shot, losing to Rachel Holman on the last shot. That's an incredibly good start for this young team.
Yeah, I think it'll be a hair quicker to the.
Sorry, on the T line.
Not
Even
what you
above
wanted
slide.
here, though, for Nova Scotia. You'd really like to stick around and force a hit out of BC. Now you give them a chance to get that feel. They start to they get to draw a little bit more. You don't want to give that advantage too early.
Close.
Should be all
Wait's
there.
close. Line's nice.
With Kelly Scott,
Top four.
2012.
Top four. Rooms, not curling, not curling.
That's not too bad to have that on your bench, isn't it? Just for this situation, you pick somebody just in case, has the experience, knows what to expect.
Right on the tee.
Well, as we say good afternoon, Kathy Gauthier, Russ was talking about those losses to Rachel Holman and to Jennifer Jones. So you would think you pick up something, you learn something if you're BC, no?
Well, 2 things for sure. Corinne Brown said that what they learned is that they can play and compete against these big teams because they don't have a chance to play on the tour as much. But the other thing that she said that they learned is that they need to capitalize on misses for 10 ends. She said in both of those games they made some great shots for 4, for 5, but it is that whole length of the game that they struggled with. That's going to be the difference. The other thing that she said they need to do is just find ways to push the envelope a little bit. They come off 2 games against teams that were not contenders. They found themselves struggling to stay really high. It's that roller coaster of emotions from high to low that they're struggling with.
Well, the other thing too is, Kathy, you know, for them, this event isn't just about what we see on the ice. It's all those other things, as Piorchuk looks to get that little bit of roll and just sits there, avoids the jam. But it's the autographs that you have to sign. It's the up close and personal that each team has to go into the Heartstop Lounge and meet people. So, you know, as we learn, even as broadcasters, as a crew, it's a marathon. You take care of yourself. You have to take care of yourself. So that's something that is all new to them.
Well, you definitely get pushed out of your typical routines when you're playing on tour. And a lot of players are not comfortable with that. We see it at the Continental Cup, for example, where teams have longer days, and you have to figure out a way to adjust to that.
Right up. Right up. No roll.
Oh, 2 great rolls by Nova Scotia, a fraction too far.
I know that I have to get back and close the lid on the hyperbaric chamber.
I was not going to refer to your
cross your arms,
creature comforts, habits.
But no, but it's the truth. We are all a little somewhat, some more than others.
I'm glad you said it.
Creatures of habit. Don't touch my pants, whatever you do.
I need the Kleenex box this way.
Hard to roll to a good spot here, Cheryl. Just going to kind of group the 2 yellows whether you like it or not.
Go, go, go. Good. All right, that works. Nice weight.
Yeah, bring them real nice down here when I throw it. Yeah, I'm throwing 9. Okay.
Got them both. Enough. Got enough. Ooh, not quite. So it hangs around the back. Still a potential of a deuce.
I got 8-4.
I can't believe that didn't get out.
I know.
It is a little surprising because the striking bands are such. The stones are lively.
No.
So you hit the first one a little thicker than they wanted to, and it lost all its energy. But there's still going to be a double opportunity, even if this is made properly.
Just hack. Close. Yep. Just hack. Hard then. Just hack. Stay down. Hard.
They're going to have to go, getting close to that guard.
Hard. Really gotta go.
Wow. And now to make contact and avoid the jam. Oh, they just touched it on the way by. But it's still hanging around.
That was hard to do.
No, and I take that back. There's still going to be a double. I'm not sure there's a double now, unless Marianne throws that same weight.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think they just got enough of it edge to edge that you can't get the double.
Marianne will make it to prove me right here. But it's, look at that. It's got to be soft weight. This has been the shot that's given teams fits, that you ask for hack, you throw 6 feet heavy, and it just does not curl. You drop it down a bit, you're all over the guard.
It's harder to adjust to when you've got the ice curling on the draw is 6 feet. At 5.5 feet, it's like you refuse to believe on the bigger weight that it won't move.
Here's to the point. They asked for hack. They called a right overhand heavy hack. It just doesn't curl.
Well, but that again since day one.
Yes.
Right? Stone one. Actually, we saw it in the wild card game. Other games on the ice scenario is this: PEI wins, and they're in. So Nova Scotia playing for their life here against BC, because a BC win would put them in. We already know that wild card and Ontario, Jones and Holman, have qualified for the championship round. So let's drop in on the game with the PEI against the Territories, and it's Territories that does have last rock, and it's Joanne Rizzo who throws the 4th stone.
And an opportunity for 2 after she made a lovely shot on her first bearing around a center guard. The rub and roll off means that this is an open hit for 2.
Sarah Colton, Shawna Barber on the brush. Carrie Galusha with the call. Very nice to pick up 2.
Nice. 15-4.
Oh, just a really good opportunity for BC to put some pressure on with that draw. At first end, a little bit of a guess.
And now they're overlapped, which could allow Marianne to sink one.
Okay.
All right.
So probably looking at a 4 split over here, 405. Yeah. Do you agree?
Mentioned BC could have been 6-0. Marianne Arsenault just ticked one of her own against Ontario, or she might have won that game. And then we watched her lose in the extra end to wild card. They're close to having a much better record also.
Yeah.
And I imagine at the end of the week, every team will say,
yeah,
we could have won that one.
And we shouldn't have won this one.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But you don't say that out loud.
Yeah. Oh, come on, you admit it. We got away with one.
Marianne Arsenault in a 14th.
Wait till he close.
Scotties appearance, the 5-time champion.
Stay close. Top 4. Yep. Good.
Her last Scotties, she's going to relocate from Halifax to the BC interior.
No, Emma, you cannot.
Oh, this looks like
Yep,
gold.
you finish it. Yeah, you gotta go. Get buried.
Said not behind the tee line.
Good.
Perfect.
That is really good.
She said not behind the tee line, and then she tells us to go. Yeah.
Well, we need to be buried.
Yeah, that's always a tough position for the brushers because you take it behind tee and it does give BC an out to follow you down, but you also can't give them a wide open pick.
And it kind of, Cheryl, I'm not sure you can get enough of it. So what I lost a game to Bert Gretzinger once in this exact situation. We thought, well, it's not there. He threw the other turn, he threw the in turn, and then when he hit it in the same spot, it actually dragged the right way. The in turn will drag it lower. You don't want to play in turn because the other rock's in the way, but you know, at the end of the day, you got to hit it the same spot. I think this is there, but this has to squeak that red one.
Yeah, hit all you can see on
every fraction of it. Otherwise, it'll go high side.
Really close.
Very close. Not close enough. So what a wonderful draw, but actually Corinne Brown hurting herself with her first one, the overlap. And it's an early lead. Nova Scotia must win. It's the final day of a round robin play. The pools will be determined. This is the final of Pool B. We know 2 of the teams that have advanced. Ontario and Team Wildcard. Rachel Holman, Jennifer Jones. Emma Logan throwing the lead stones for Nova Scotia, who pick up the steal of 1 in that verse. So once again, BC, the team from Kamloops, and Corinne Brown will have the last rock. They have the hammer playing the Yellowstones.
Okay, sorry, Ann.
What's a 10? 10?
Okay, nice 10.
Jones has picked up a steal of 1 against Newfoundland and Labrador. That's Team Wildcard. And a blank, Rachel Holman. And the team from Whitehorse, skipped by Haley Burney.
Little up. Yep.
Got out the hair down.
Yep, hard. Really curling. Yep. Really hard. Hard. The double. Yep.
Should be an interesting game with these two because I was trying to look at some of the numbers, Russ, last night with these 2 teams, and one of the interesting things that stood out was the force efficiency for BC. 40% of the time when the opposition has hammer, they're forcing them to 1, which is high. And playing against a really aggressive team like a Marianne, it's tough to do.
Yeah, I know. That was Tina.
But you're taking risks when you do it. Like anytime you're forcing, you're obviously leaving rocks in play for the opposition. So you have to set the angles up right. make sure you get the guards on.
But they've been making a lot of shots. I think that's part of the reason they're successful with those being that aggressive without. Gonna watch the jam here.
So another stolen end to start this one. So up to 10 stolen ends for Nova Scotia. And that pressure, too, will result in some mistakes by teams. And if they can't reply, then you pick up the steal.
Well, it's the get there first, too. I look at Marianne. You look back and you look at Corinne Brown's draw and you think, well, not a big deal. But it's just getting there first and forcing Marianne to a tougher shot. But it was the role reversal where Marianne got there first.
T-line right now. Back 4.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Running
back
like
4. Back 8.
This has to slow down for sure.
Back 8.
This is touch and go to hanging around.
No.
Dealing.
Back 12.
Even on a shot like that short, you know, you throw another corner guard, it's not such a bad thing.
Yeah. How do you score 2? And this, look at the veteran walks up, peels the corner guard, and your chance for 2 is just about over.
Allison McInnes is the coach of this BC team. Twice a BC representative at the Scotties. She said they played their provincials in Cranbrook in an arena. Mike Merklinger, the son of a co-ice maker here, Dave Merklinger. So they got a chance to play on something that would be close or replicate this, but she said the stones here, the striking bands, are so lively. She said you just really have to dial it back because you can do so much more with a lot less.
Which changes your strategy. You have to play a few games with these type of stones to understand I can make all 4 of those rocks move, or I can make that flat double. It really changes.
Halfway. Line's good.
I know. The first couple of games I played, I'm like, oh, we're in good shape here, and then,
Wait, only line's good.
and it's like they're all gone.
They make that sound, hey?
They do. The new ones do. Yeah. Because of the striking band. You weren't listening.
No, motorized. Yes, I understand.
Stuart McLean is the coach of Nova Scotia. It's actually he's been to 4 Briars, won a couple of Nova Scotia seniors as well, and he and his wife Carol are actually co-coaches. And then, of course, the legendary Peter Corkum, who has been a representative for Nova Scotia many times and is watching at home, we know. So we wish Peter all the very best. But what he said last night, they were on sheet D. They got caught at times. The ice was so different. It was almost like curling club ice. And he said we tried to make shots. We should have made curling club kind of shots. We tried to do things and play, if I can put it this way, beyond the ice.
Yes, and you can't, you know, it's funny. I go back to, we just played in Lacombe for a week, and Darren Moulding made the ice. It was beautiful. It was 15 seconds. It curled, but you still couldn't make the shots that I watch players make out here and at the Briar because of the rocks.
Right.
So you get caught calling things that are never even there because you're not going to make them with wider striking bands and the rocks that aren't as lively.
No line yet. Just T. No line at all. T-line. Ashley's close all day. T-line. Ashley's in. T-line. Ash. Top 8. Hard Ash.
The line's gold here. There's just got to get it far enough.
And they'll draw the top 8 to hit the shot stone. So you think about Marianne Arsenault's draw. Again, you know, that's that old adage, go after them when the ice is the best. And in the first, it's the best. And she makes a wonderful draw here.
Well, she does, and it's bigger than you know. She's coming off to 59% game. She just had 2 losses. You make this one, you feel really good about it, and it puts pressure on the opposition, and they missed.
For the draw, which led to the steal of 1, the key shot brought to you by BKT Tires. Growing together. Well, Corinne Brown certainly didn't help herself also by wrapping it around and staggering the 2 in front.
It was unfortunate to leave it there. Another kind of a teaching point here too, Cheryl. Marianne just simply walked up, peeled that corner guard earlier. BC tried to make something out of this back rock, and now they're forced. They tried to freeze, didn't quite make it, and now they're at this point in time, unless they make the double, they're forced.
Close on the double.
Oh, gosh. Just touched it on the way by.
Really good weight. Shoot.
But they are the shot stone at the moment, sitting top edge of the 8.
Oh. Just nice shot. Shoot.
Yeah, Marianne's, she's a very balanced skip. She'll go hard. She's aggressive. She's not afraid whatsoever, but she also can dial it back when she realizes this is the shot to call.
All right.
Get rid of the corner. There's no chance they can score a deuce that way.
Tina had a 9-8 down here.
Okay. It came over nicely.
Yeah.
She's one of the few players at a Scotties who's been to a Scotties and played all positions.
That's amazing.
All 4. Wow.
It's just unique when you go and play a different position on what your role is and what your job is for the other players on the team, and it's different in every position. So to be that good and have that success speaks a lot to who she is.
Well, that's why Stephanie Lawton, after those years of skipping a team, settles nicely into that 3rd position. Give a lot of credit to Stephanie, finding that comfort zone and working with Robin Silvernagle out of Saskatchewan.
Yeah, you can tell too when she's out in the ice. The things she's saying to Robin is what she'd want to hear in that situation. She knows.
Go right down to it.
Yep.
14-4.
So back 8 is what we're wanting, hey?
Yeah.
2 choices to try to generate an error. A perfect freeze or an over curl shot rock in behind that top one.
When I threw my draw the button, should be really good.
Yeah. Should be. All right, you got it.
Has to be a little slower here, but they just threw it. Came up a little light.
Corinne Brown won the Canadian Junior Championship in 13, and then went 3-6 at the Worlds in Sochi. 3 times BC Junior Champion.
Back 12.
They haven't touched it yet, and it's running for line.
It's that extra couple feet just makes you look silly. They just don't finish.
Shoot for yours. 13-6. Okay.
14-6. Wow.
Fight the side of the 4 there would be good.
Yeah. So she was there with a little soft release.
Yeah.
And still didn't curl.
I think you can take edge of 4. Yeah, that looks good.
Percolating all the information, right? Picked up on the release, obviously a little heavy. Marianne will probably throw it a little wider than the previous rock.
T-line, top 4.
4.
Yeah, top 4, top 8. A little Christmas tree action would be nice.
All right.
I'd say you can throw the same. So it runs pretty straight for a long time down here.
Yeah, it's not busting.
No.
It's hanging straight, just leave it top house.
Okay.
So 165. She remains 5th overall. Would love to add to it and maybe move past Jill Officer. 4th all time. But needs to get by this, win today, force a tiebreaker, and then move on to the championship round possibly.
Easy. I'm not curling a ton. Coming down. We're coming down. Top 8.
Should finish hard now.
Hard up. Hard. Go ahead. They're really coming down. Go, go, go. Hard. Hard.
That's good. That's good.
Well, you've got to believe, huh? We've seen all week, Russ, maybe you'll agree with me, that it just is at the hog line or just past it. That's when the break point is.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter where you go on the sheet.
And it's even more critical with the speed. You just saw Corinne Brown's under curl by a good foot, maybe a foot and a half, because she was that little bit deeper than Marianne. Marianne's a hair softer. It curls quicker. But you're right. It's that break point's pretty late, but it'll go. Now go out here where the draw the button path has been played. They should have the speed figured out here.
Line's good. Sweet for T.
Hold back.
Okay. There it goes. Whoa. Starting to curl. Line only. Line only. Starting to curl. Hard. Hard. Can't hurt it. Hard.
Klimchuk on the left.
T-line hurt it.
Piarchuk on the right. Pincock calling line.
Good.
Atta girl.
Atta girl.
Nicely done to pick up the single to even it up early on this Wednesday afternoon. We are at Mosaic Place. It's the home of the Moose Jaw Warriors of the Western Hockey League. They're out on a 7-game road trip in a disappointing season for the Warriors. Their next home game will be on the 28th against Swift Current. Just about another hour or so west of here on the Trans-Canada or off the Trans-Canada. Tied at 1, we go to the third. First time in the game that Nova Scotia will have the last draw. Playing the Redstone.
I do with that one. Should be good.
Well, and some options for Nova Scotia to start. They came around the center guard, and that's their shot, top 8, which I like that position. They try and freeze on it. You still have lots of room to score a deuce. But you see other teams, they'll go to the wings, they'll throw a corner guard. Lots of different options. I think the biggest key for Nova Scotia, as long as you don't come deep on that first one into the forefoot and allow BC to freeze, they can't take your end completely away.
Yeah, easy. We are dragging it. Easy. No lift up. We are perusing.
It's good.
You want it T-line or better.
Good. I thought we'd have to drag it to get it to the team.
So it's really 2 tournaments in one. You play group play, and then the top 4 move on. And Nova Scotia was looking very good until yesterday, and then they dropped the 2 games to Ontario and to Jones Wildcard. Both those teams now are through the championship round. So here they are, 3-3, and they must win to force a tiebreaker. And that's the key thing in all this. When you do advance, if you do advance, you take your record with you. So Corinne Brown at 4-2 would love to go to 5-2 and then advance, avoiding any tiebreaker. But isn't it interesting too? There are the 2 losses. And who are they to? Jones and Hope.
Here's an example. They scored 17 points and lost both those games.
Unbelievable.
Perfect end here. Long guard on the center line. Come around perfect. Dead perfect freeze. Open side. Hit twice.
Same weight. Do you like this turn better?
Yeah.
Same weight.
Yeah.
The trick for Nova Scotia is make sure you hit, stay in the rings on any BC stone, and don't allow them to go up and peel that center guard.
Little less.
Yep.
Done that so far.
Less.
Yep.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. No. Whoa. No.
Whoa.
Anything inside. Anything inside. Go, Ashley. Go. Okay. Okay. Good weight. Weight is good. Roll away a little. Yeah. Go for the roll this time.
Prince Edward Island has picked up a single, but still trail the territories. Newfoundland and Labrador reply with a single. And Rachel Holman in Ontario with the lead on the team from Yukon.
I'm not sure I'd play the roll underneath yet, Russ. I think I would try and roll away a little bit.
It's funny, I heard the front end predicting. They said, I guess we'll just roll away here, and the Marianne called for the roll underneath. I agree with you. It's dangerous.
Why?
Well, it can go behind T-line to start with, and they can choose to play a freeze.
Good shot.
And they can start to close down that forefoot a bit. It didn't roll enough that they won't hit it, but if they did roll enough, now the freeze game is on, and you might not score your deuce.
Good throw.
It might be because that yellow red's queued up.
I think we're talking
So Marianne can raise it back, but then you're only sitting 1 if this shot's made. Yeah, I'm with you. Just roll wide side. Just over through that last hit and roll here. They got to take just a couple miles per hour off of this.
Weights up. Weights up.
I'll just stay close.
All right. 11-8. All right.
Okay.
10.5 is pretty standard weight for ice like this. Most certainly 10.5 when you get straighter surface for hits. At least it brings the brushers into it, and they seem to have a little bit more effect to get a rock to move at the end if they have to.
Okay.
And 9-9.
Sounds right.
That was a lot of weight for what the skipper wanted.
All right, you got this. Okay, nice 10. Yeah.
That's the common error, I think, Cheryl.
The overthrow?
Yeah, especially with this such a good sliding surface.
It's very hard to look at, you know, not a lot of ice. You're throwing a 10.5 second hit, and instinct takes over, and you always tend to add a little bit. You have to believe.
And as you said, you just threw a draw that curled 5 feet. Why doesn't this curl?
Yeah.
Aaron Pincott. And gets a little too thin. And it'll spill.
Okay. Yeah.
Pretty low risk end going here for Nova Scotia.
410. Yep.
Got that one buried.
405 to get back there.
Shot rock, just sit 2 somewhere.
Christina Black.
Wait close.
Third appearance
A little bit.
for Christina. Out of St. Mary's University, where she played in a couple of university championships.
No. You want to stay second shot.
Sit.
Okay.
Shoot.
Yeah, sorry.
We always talk about players getting to a Scotties the first time, and years ago it used to be that was their first big competition, but now, as you're talking about, Vic, with universities, they've played at a high level. Universiads, they're pretty experienced when they step out to a Scotties ice for the first time.
Well, now, of course, the juniors, the under-18s Canada Games. Think about Rachel Holman, her first notable win was the Canada Games.
Yeah, so you're building pretty strong curlers once they hit ladies. Their experienced nerves typically don't get to them.
Even if you're dead buried,
Yeah,
like behind
that's
the tee,
really good because there's too big a gap, I think. You know, you come out of juniors, you can be the best junior team in the world. There's a bit of a learning curve there. There really is. There really is. You're still going to be great players, but there's so much to learn, and to have all that other opportunity now.
Well, I think it just gives you a longer runway for success. You look at a Holman and you start off right away.
Yes, line. Top 4. Yes, line. Top 4. Yep.
Brown and the team from Kamloops, ranked number 18 on the World Curling Tour. They've won just shy of $21,000 this year. And their goal is to make some of the bigger events. Finding it difficult to get the points. So you played events, did well in qualifying in 6 of them. Wins in Abbotsford and Kamloops. They even went to China, and they lost the final in Tianjin.
Yeah, they've really worked hard at it. Vic, 64 games they've played on the tour. Nova Scotia, for example, 37.
Yes, Marianne deciding to stay back in the Maritimes, not doing any traveling outside the Maritimes, no Ontario trips. They would usually, in the past, do a couple of bonspiels in Ontario.
I heard Aaron just saying to Corinne Brown that it's just not sliding as fast as it has, as easily as it has been. And she's had 2 in this exact spot come up light for her. See if Marianne figures it out.
This looks perfect.
Well, one of the differences might be, Cheryl, that BC played this morning and the building was 5 degrees colder than it has been all week because it was so cold outside. It was straighter, it was faster, and so the adjustment for them is real.
Right. So morning draw advantage.
This is risky. You like that?
I really love it.
I don't really want to give up 3. Just rip that. Yeah, or you could do this one. How much do you have of this yellow?
Just half.
Just half.
Either hit the yellow one onto the yellow-red, or you go by and get that red one. Either one are easy.
Let's update the game between the territories, Prince Edward Island, and it is PEI sitting 2.
It is. Joanne Rizzo tried to go around on her first. About half of it was exposed, and that stone was removed on the final throw, and so she faces the same situation, needs forefoot.
Hairless.
You've got
Yep.
more room.
Yep, go. Yep.
This will run a bit
let's go.
more. Sarah, take a look.
Just go. Just go.
This is really running.
Wait, take a look. Wait.
Take a look.
It's similar. Oh, it's back 4.
Joanne Rizzo throwing the 4th stones for Kerry Galusha out of yellow knife. And settle. Has to settle. And oh goodness, it's steal 1 for sure as they take a round. Looks like it could be 2.
I agree.
Oh, and they brush that hard too. It's never the skip's fault, right, Cheryl?
No, brother.
Never.
Cheryl, if you're going to come back,
You got to be nice
you
to the
gotta
front
be-
end.
That's right.
All right.
I'll measure.
I just spent a week doing that.
Oh, you poor thing.
It's very painful.
They've called up for the measure. And we'll update you as soon as we know.
It looked like 2.
Same thing?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Throw a corner up next end.
Yeah.
Is this the same line?
Same line.
You love to have the exact same shot. Not that this is simple. You're out pretty wide, but they now have a great idea what this little bit slower spot's doing.
Well, Corinne didn't really have a lot of choice. She had to make sure she doesn't give them more than a 2, so you're not going to flirt with anything up top. Just pick it, make it go away, and force this draw.
Those numbers really hurt by last night's game. Good piece of the 8-foot.
We're all there.
You're okay, yeah. I'm just making sure. Nice. Yeah, nice one more.
2 red.
To the back 4 for 2. That blue nose is out in front. Team Canada at the World Juniors men's play in Russia, Jacques Gauthier. Hey, he's from Manitoba, can you tell? Leading 3-1. Gauthier with the hammer facing one. Really good swing by Zach Balaka and Braden Payette. Canada led it 4-1, and they go on to win it, make the final 6-1, and that's great news for you, Kathy, and all of us, as the Canadian men started slowly, but look at them now.
Well, they did lose that first to the United States, but now are guaranteed a playoff position along with Germany and Scotland. They'll finish their round robin against Scotland. The winner of that will get first place. And then Sweden and Russia will play through. And for the women, they're 1 game behind, but both they and Korea are guaranteed playoff spots. And at the World Juniors, 1 plays 4, 2 plays 3, sudden death semifinals. Both Canadian teams are in.
That's great. That's really good. Couldn't convince him to do flat foot. It's just.
Why would I want to? He comes from Manitoba.
Wow, the Manitoba tough up on that toe. That's great. As we welcome you back on this final day of round robin play in the B pool. All the games today on right now, and then tonight we'll feature the teams in the A side. 3-1, Nova Scotia leads at BC with last draw, playing the Yellowstones here in 4.
Okay. Try to get to nose. Okay.
That actually over curled to the Nova Scotia stone, bumped it back, but actually peeks out on the outturn side a little bit. Well, a perfect start. Steal in the first. Force, take your deuce for Nova Scotia here.
Jen Baxter throwing.
Go on the yellow, Emma. Go on the yellow, Emma.
Very nice, Dan.
Shot.
Might be able to throw, if you get the right weight here, make the double roll right underneath that yellow one.
12. 12, okay. Yeah, like a solid hack. Yeah.
Well, Ontario with a 1-0 lead and sitting, it appears, 1, possibly 2 at the back of the 4. Final rock. This team from Whitehorse skipped by Haley Burney.
Well, already line 2, Rachel Holman took away the intern side by capping it off. That forces Haley to the outside. Has to make an angle tap to the forefoot for the single.
Burney in a second straight appearance. Played third a year ago. And in her first skipping appearance, very nice to pick up the 1.
Even though BC didn't make the perfect roll, you see that right hand, Redstone is now back 8. Any miscue on this one from Nova Scotia, and they can start for BC to use that corner guard.
10-5, 10-2, Wayne close. Wayne, 10-2. Yep.
Yes for the roll.
Hard.
Hard.
Good shot. I don't know if the other one's picked because it was rolled.
Does it look more natural this way? Or can you go this way? Which way do you like?
Intern.
Okay.
Do you like intern here?
10? Yeah.
Outturn, I think I'm crossing.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, 10.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah, they feel a soft enough weight that yellow guard might be in the way. Looks like there's room. Depends how hard you throw it, obviously. These are always awkward, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I think they called for a 10.
Other way? Yep.
They just never seem to curl enough, these.
Hard.
Stay on it.
Okay. Whoa. Yep, anything. Yep. Anything. Go. Okay. Okay. Good weight.
So let's go back and update you on the territories in PEI. We knew it was 1 measure, and it was 2. So PEI with the 3-2 lead going to 4.
I think just based on how this ice runs with hits, if you get a chance of either the hit and roll or the draw, I'd be playing the draw all day long. Your percentage of making a hit and roll when it's so straight with the hit weight is probably 50% at best, and your draws should be about 85.
At the roll, well, got a piece underneath.
It's just the right weight for that.
Oh, perfect.
Good sweeping.
Jones and Team Wildcard, and the team from Newfoundland and Labrador, skipped by Erica Curtis Blank, the third.
Okay, you got it. Second.
Did you see the 7 put up on the board?
I did. I
New
didn't.
Brunswick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see it happen, and I wondered how it happened. Russ gave me a play-by-play.
All the stones were in play. They had a center guard and then 7 of them in the rings.
And it was a tied game. It was interesting. Must have wanted a first pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Carrie Anderson had got around the guard, she just ticked the guard. If she got around, she might actually have stolen a point that end, but not to be.
That wasn't her end. Manitoba and Carrie Anderson.
And Carrie went out the next game, and after 3 ends, she was winning by 7.
Comes back.
Okay.
Same weightish then, almost, eh? Well, that was probably an 11. Okay,
Pretty nice come around.
Funny because their draw, BC's draw, didn't snap that hard. No. They even had a tough time tucking it. I actually thought the danger would be going by high side when you're throwing some weight.
And then I was like, I thought I was going to get just by it, you know?
Yeah.
Ended up pretty good, though. Their Redstone ended up in a nice spot.
Yeah, that's true. All right. What do you think, Danny?
I don't mind. I was just wondering if we should do something with this red over here.
Yeah.
To not give her that hit and roll, but I don't hate this. Okay, so we're back 8. We're still gonna have room.
Yeah. Okay. Back
so
8.
14-2-ish.
Okay, you got it. This looked real nice at the end.
I don't think you can do much with that red. You're just going to make the shot for them.
Right.
So Yeah, try and sit your 2 here.
They make that easy run, but they might give you a double.
Line early. Gotta go line, Ash. Gotta go line.
Yeah, go hard. T.
Let her know.
T line. T.
Hard line. Hard, Ash. Hard line. Right to it. T-line. Right to it. T-line. Gotta go. T-line back 4. Gotta go.
As far as you can. Push, push, push.
Straight.
Aaron Pincott. And she'll go deep and get just shy of corner frozen, a little over curled.
I thought I pointed at a hair. Okay, we did all that talk about the rocks in the middle.
Pretty good. You're any higher, and they've got a red kind of run double probably.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes this pretty difficult. It's not there.
Let's go.
Regular.
Okay.
Gonna have 2 choices here. You can hit the solid and have that red one come in, or you can do it the other way, hit it a little thinner, stick the red, and have your shooter roll in. Just try to find a way not to set up a red double.
Marianne Arsenault and the first skip stone here in 4. Angle it back, spill it in underneath, and then it'll spill to the back edge of the 8. So shot stone still belongs to BC, and they do have the hammer here in this 4th.
Didn't do the jump over yours, did?
No.
Yeah, you wonder if
I think that's
that first one, Christina's curled unnaturally, one that ticked the guard.
Yeah, like maybe it picked.
So it was coming pretty hard.
It was. I was shocked. I thought she'd be high side all day long.
So just bite 8
Yeah,
foot.
like even with that one, I'm thinking.
Just bite 4 foot, Ash.
All right, you got this.
Okay, I'll give you a couple feet less than my draw the button.
Okay, you're gonna have to throw this guy. So do you want to throw it first?
Right.
If they get this deep on the button or full 4, Marianne, even if it's buried, she can come off her own there. Maybe top 4.
Right.
You just get
You got
in
this.
closer than that side one.
Just positive on Corinne will manage it.
This was the same draw. Corinne had the second end that she hit the pin. She knows the path.
Similar to her.
Mine's great.
It's heavy then.
Let it work then. Weight's a hair up right now. Back 4. It's running like it's hot. Yeah, back 4. Okay, let it work. Do you have backing? Not yet. Okay.
Back 8.
Back 8. Back 12. Okay, no, all right, 13-6.
Well, after the blank in 3, we go to the 4th. Team wildcard Jennifer Jones already through to the championship round, playing Newfoundland and Labrador's Erica Curtis out of the Remax Center St. John's. Final stone, and it is Jones with the Newfoundland and Labrador team sitting 1, center line back 8.
Well, they're actually lying 2, Victor, because on her
right.
first one, she ran a stone back, got it off the 4 foot, but left it hanging around, and that allowed Erica to go around, but she went deep. And so she does face 4, but doesn't need to tap anything back. 4 foot for 1.
There it is. I missed that one at the 3 o'clock position. So it is a draw for 1, 2-1 wild card. It's an interesting afternoon for both teams that have qualified, Jones and for Holman. You know, they're playing teams that if you were to handicap the games, Jones against Newfoundland and Labrador, Holman against the Yukon and Burnie, you'd almost say, all right, if you're a betting person, odds would be very high on both Jones and Holman. They cannot afford to take their eye off the ball. But it's the focus has to be the same for this game, remembering again that you take your record with you into the championship.
Yeah, that's what I love about this. You can't really, you know, just run through a game and just give it your B game. You need to, it's critical, those losses. You can't give any up that you shouldn't.
There's been so many, I've never seen it like it, so many games where the underdogs pulled it off or nearly pulled it off this week.
Stay close. Yep.
Start in 10. Yep.
Hard!
faster. And watch this little roll. Oh, just ran around the. Was going to bump off the picket fence and then.
Oh, just got on it a little late.
Just over off the corner.
I think so. Try and get to the inside. Yep.
They thought they could hold it down this track, but it's like it gets too close to that line and grabs. Perfect weight.
Did hit enough to stop and not spin too far.
Tricky little two, though. You know, hit it dead on. You might move that yellow far enough.
Sorry? Is that too much? Is that close for ice, you think?
It's almost like throw T-line and let your brushers make it.
Because the trick I would say on this ice, just watching it a couple games, is that, you know, the overthrow, you throw the back 12, it doesn't come up enough.
Nope.
Back line.
Yeah, it looks good from here.
Just pretty similar weight.
Okay, Corinne, you got this.
Just maybe a hair more weight.
You throw hack weight here.
Nice
It's a
weight,
steal of 4. It's that easy, eh? It'll just run that much straighter. Tick that red roll out. Hill's gone. Tolerance here is short.
Hold line, yep. Same weight.
Hold. Back 8.
Back 12.
Final stone.
No.
Back
Little quiet tap. Get across the nose. Push it back for a possible 2. But here comes that center guard. Here go Pierchuk.
Stay down. Stay down.
And Klimchuk. Oh, and through it goes. And so that stone there results in a steal of 1. It's the final day of round robin pool play. And focusing this afternoon, this Wednesday afternoon here in Moose Jaw on the B side of things. Nova Scotia with a 4-1 lead over BC. A must win for Nova Scotia. They try to bring somebody back, in this case British Columbia. Meanwhile, over next door, Prince Edward Island, also at 4-2. A win by them would put them in and avoid a tie-breaking situation. I like it. There's going to be debate, of course, whether you play everybody, but when you've got 16 teams, it's a little bit unmanageable in my mind. This way, it makes these games, as we said, for the likes of Ontario or wildcard important too. And then when you cross over, that's the idea. You get up there in the championship round, and you're not going to play the teams from your pool. You're going to meet the teams from the other pool.
I love it. I think it's the best system you could do with 16 teams.
Well, and there's this mini crisis here partway through the event where you know it's like golf. You have to birdie the last hole or you don't make the cut. That's really what's happening here, isn't it, for half the team?
Yes.
Really gotta go. Really gotta go. Okay.
And then some people say, well, you don't get to play everybody, which I agree with, but the winners do.
If you have success in your first championship round.
Exactly. So it's 2 tournaments in 1. Off we go. Update PEI and the territories. And again, the pressure. Is that a second stone PEI stone to the back?
It's really hard to tell.
Okay.
They've gone back and forth. Vic looked at them a number of times. Joanne tried to make the run back on her first and just got the guard, so it was replaced by Suzanne. So this is the angle double raise off the outside.
Joanne Rizzo. 8 years with Sherry Madaw. 12 Ontario provincials, if I remember correctly. Have a look. One for sure. I think it is, actually. So,
Sorry, you look.
steal 2 more.
Watch out for PEI. They're 5-2 if they win that game.
I think it's 2.
We were all sitting around one night when we heard that Joanne was playing with Carrie, and
Yeah, we might
we're
as well.
like,
Yeah,
that's unbelievable that she's never
Yeah,
been to a
for sure.
Scotties. I felt like she'd been to so many.
Mm-hmm.
So Prince Edward Islander in control there early. Suzanne Burt out of Montague.
There we go.
Joanne, before the event started, she said she threw a few rocks right after the London event, the Continental
Right.
Cup, and she decided immediately she had to start throwing a little more rotation, and she hadn't been playing on ice at London, was curling like 6 feet.
that's interesting. There's her first draw there. Been all hits so far for Jen Baxter.
4 maybe. Just a 3.
Right here for the line.
Yeah, you can go. Whoa, it's over curling.
Good shot.
Do you want to get one in there and then peel? Yeah.
Team wildcard Jennifer Jones picks up a single to take the lead, and it remains 1-1 as Ontario and Yukon blank for.
Okay, you got it.
Eileen Piarchuk in for the not feeling well Desiree Hayes at second.
Top 4. Whoa, Ashley. Top 4. Hey, go then. Top 4. Top 4.
The weight looks perfect.
Go then. T-line. It's great. T-line. It's got a curl.
Yes, Ash, go.
Yes. If you can. Yep. Great shot.
All right, next.
You know, you think you'd have someplace else to go if you're not playing. But listen, I think it's great. Team New Brunswick is here and right in the middle of things. Andrea Crawford will be on the ice tonight from the Gage Golf and Curling Club in Oromocto. And they are too in a must-win situation.
He's got that affliction again. It's been going on all week, Cheryl.
He just loves that. Loves that name.
Needs to curl a lot. Have a look.
The same emphasis he put on seniors all week.
Yes, that seemed to happen a lot.
It seems.
So B-side now, A-side tonight. Only one team has qualified so far, Manitoba. And there is New Brunswick at 3-3. Again, similar situation, must win. Need to bring those 3 teams. Saskatchewan, Northern Ontario, Team Canada. Somebody has to fall back. And then you win your game, and that will lead to a tie break, potentially.
New Brunswick plays Team Canada, so they can kind of control that one.
All right, you got it. Right to the broom.
Really like what BC did there. Instead of peeling, they said, let's get one in there first, then peel. So now they're shot rock buried.
Whoa. Weight's good. Yep. Weight's good. Yep. Whoa.
Clean, just clean.
Roll it in. Go, Ash. Go.
No, it's all there.
Ah, okay.
All right, that works.
Okay.
Nice shot. Good.
How they ever saw that going in.
Probably put a little bit less weight.
Yeah.
Nice to get him out.
That would have stayed in the paint if they'd thrown less weight.
Absolutely.
It wasn't simple either. Very nice down that center strip.
I kind of like hitting that.
Got a great set of guards over there.
Yeah, I think at this point, if the 4-1 score, you might need to take a bit of a risk, ignore something on the hit and roll, and just play the come around, get second shot.
Your statement was so true. What are the odds of making a hit and roll? What are the odds of making a come around 3 rocks?
Yeah, and I think just the score, definitely if it's tied, but you're down 3 points, it might be time to take a chance. And it applies pressure to the other team. It's close.
And Allen needs to sit down and in a hurry behind those staggers. And it just will peek out, hanging onto the edge of the 12.
That's how hard it is. Just any lighter and that's made.
Okay, but then it comes back to what their coach Allison McInnes was saying. That for them is really one of the big adjustments. You know the stones are going to be lively. You know you're going to get that kind of action. You can afford to pull it back.
You can't on the weight, definitely, and it's the hardest thing to get used to believe in that little bit of ice and that you can throw almost a board weight and let the brushers deal with it.
That's why the come around was easier, as you said.
Yeah, I think so.
The rocks are that lively. It's just so easy to do what they just did.
They threw a couple down here, didn't bust.
Yeah.
Again, once this young team from BC gets a few games under their belt on this type of surface, these rocks, they'll just get better and better.
Well, and what I did like to see on that last one is they actually overrolled rather than, you see so many times where you just nose, and it sits there.
See if we can get a little nibble of the 4.
Yeah. All right.
Full top 8.
Team wildcard Jennifer Jones leading 2-1 as they play in 5 and sitting a couple. That's what's facing Newfoundland and Labrador's Erica Curtis.
Well, Erica was facing 2 on her first try to hit and roll under, but stuck open. And in trying to remove it and roll under, Jennifer also stuck open. And so a nose hit will give her shot.
And that will be the score of 1 for Newfoundland and Labrador.
No, we're all there. We're back 8.
Whoa, stick with it.
We're coming down. T-line.
Stick with it.
No,
Still needs to curl.
I don't want to touch it.
I want to set up a double.
No, I was just panicking over that.
2 nervous skips here.
Don't set up a double.
But there's to our point, Vic. BC tried to get behind those 3 yellow by hitting.
It's really just not busting
It's
across
not at
that
all.
4 foot.
Yeah, no.
Marianne could have hit that yellow one. She's up 3. Why not hit the yellow one? But she knew she could get it in behind easier with the draw weight.
Yeah, I didn't think we could get that much of the 4 behind the guard.
Oh, you were like the most of the 4 you could get. And be most.
Still see a piece of it.
Still a hair sticky here.
Wait, you got this. Very sweet to room here.
14-9-ish.
Okay.
Looks like they're playing the freeze. It's only 4 feet of ice, though. A little less. Maybe they're going to tap it a bit.
Line's good.
Been a difficult first 4
Line's good. Have a look.
for Corinne Brown.
Line's great.
Yeah, struggles on her draw weight too. It's just coming up light first few ends.
We're gonna balance.
And one really heavy.
Gotta go lines. Bouncing for bouncing.
And bounces, yes. Rolls for shot, no.
2-3.
I can get to the nose of that. Put it through the hole here.
Yep.
Shoot.
Nice shot, though. Just that little
Good spot.
wall.
I don't ever want to hit it high, but I think you can get to the nose for sure. Like you should be able to. Should it be almost edge on edge? How much?
A little bit of air.
How much?
For it.
Oh, a little bit of air.
Okay. Should cross over nice.
I think so. Heavy board.
Okay.
Almost edge
This
on
is the
edge, but
idea through there.
like a piece of paper in
But
between.
if you ever wreck, obviously is bad. But if you did that, out goes the red. Your shooter rolls over here somewhere, maybe into that type of area, and it's a double for 3. It's kind of this just has to be made perfect. That there's no plan B here.
No, and I found it interesting because her draw did not move.
Mm-hmm.
Although this looks like tighter ice.
Board? Yep.
Board weight, very smart weight call.
Hard, Jen. Hard.
Jen Baxter
Yeah, right up. Hard, Jen.
Keep it there.
trying to keep it there. Got it by the guard. Push it through. Oh, very nice. Nice throw, great brush, good line call. And so BC will face 3 with her last.
Yeah, I know, I saw it.
Perfect weight. You know, you throw a board, your tendency is to up it a bit.
That wasn't an easy curling shot. That barely got by the guard.
She's hitting.
Yep.
Ballsy.
Throw the appropriate weight, right? It looks like they're hitting here.
I'm a bit surprised at that. You roll a little bit one way or the other.
Final stone, facing 3.
Ashley.
Corinne Brown. Ashley Klimchuk Need to be right on the peak. Can't afford to roll. Oh, and finally sits down, but
One red.
it is a steal of one.
One, yeah.
Choices. You talked about the choices you make, and sometimes you make maybe what could consider a junior decision. 5-1 Nova Scotia. When we come back, we will take a closer look at Nova Scotia lead Emma Logan. She has been fearless, never letting a hearing impairment slow her down. When we return to the Scotties in Moose Jaw.
The Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
Curling is a sport where communication is crucial. The constant relaying of information between throwers, sweepers, and line caller contributes so much to a team's success. In a loud arena, it can be difficult for anyone to differentiate between all the voices being heard, but especially so for one player here in Moose Jaw. Nova Scotia lead Emma Logan is deaf. She lost her hearing at the age of just 13 months after contracting meningitis. But throughout her 22 years, she's managed to excel at anything she's put her mind to. She's an accomplished artist, having her work featured at various exhibitions. Last April, she graduated university with a business degree, earning straight A's along the way. She skipped the St. FX curling team to its first ever title at the Atlantic University Championship, and she's traveled to the Caribbean to help children that also suffer from hearing loss through a program that she created called Hearing for All. This week here in Moose Jaw, Emma is playing her very first Scotties. Over the course of this season, her teammates have learned how best to communicate with her, thanks to an implant that she wears and a Bluetooth microphone her teammates share. Emma is hearing more things than she has ever heard before. It's still not easy. However, those who know Emma Logan are not surprised she's making it work. With her incredibly positive attitude and that smile that never seems to leave her, she has been an inspiration to everyone here in Moose Jaw. Here at this year's Scotties, Emma Logan has fit right in, as she has done her entire life. She's proving that her impairment is not an impairment at all. In her first Scotties appearance, playing with her aunt, Marianne, she said it's just beyond words, Marianne Arsenault.
The Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. By Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like cashmere. And by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada.
Well, the scoreboard says 5-1, and it's indicative of the numbers too. I mean, BC is struggling, and in particular, their skip is struggling. Corinne Brown. So they trail 5-1 as we go to the 6th, and BC will have last rock after that steal of one as we pick up play here in 6 on this Wednesday afternoon in Moose Jaw.
You know, I think it's partially Corinne, who's at 45% struggling, but you have to also look at, we just talked about Emma Logan, 90% she's playing out there. Jen Baxter, who we said had to come in with a really strong game because she came in at 71%. She's playing 85%, and so I think those two things putting a lot of pressure on that BC front end as well.
Yeah, because all the way up the line, doesn't it? The degree of difficulty just gets harder and harder and harder when that lead starts off so well.
Well, and then you look at what is Nova Scotia doing well. Well, they've had the hammer once and they converted with it. They're not allowing steals. BC's allowed 3 steals so far. And, you know, what does BC have to do? I think a few more risks. I think you have to play some draws and put some pressure on Nova Scotia. Make them make some shots rather than you chasing.
Yeah, they haven't had too many hard ones.
Kathy, let's update this game between Prince Edward Island and the Territories, and 5-2 PEI leading. And again, More pressure on Joanne Rizzo, facing a couple, it looks like.
It is. She had an opportunity to hit in lie 2 on her first, but rolled out, and so advantage to Suzanne Burt, who then hit to lie 2, and that's what she now faces.
Good, Joe.
Good.
And that will be for the one, so they'll go to the break 5-3 PEI. So what we do know is if the scores remain the same on A and B, if Prince Edward Island wins, they would get the 3rd spot in the championship round, leaving Nova Scotia and BC to play a tiebreaker tomorrow morning.
Go. Okay, Ash.
Good sweep.
There we go. This is just to the point that we were talking about, where get there first. Great come around, and now Nova Scotia's going to have to chase.
Okay. So 4:20?
Yeah.
25
Even
maybe?
25-30.
In a 1-1 tie, it looks like Yukon is sitting the one at the moment, and Rachel Homan with last.
Rachel Homan came around to draw to lie 2 on her first one, but Haley Burney followed her down, tapped her back, and as you said, Vic, is the shot stone. This is a soft weight attempt to get by the guard and tap it back for multiple.
Okay, is this do you think this is a conscious plan by Yukon to stay close? I mean, it seems very close, although there's lots of rocks in play.
There are lots of rocks, and she's not running.
Okay, and she crashes in front, so there you go. Picks up the one for a lead, 2-1 over Ontario.
Okay. Yeah, I don't mind that.
Or are we going to score
And
now?
that's just the second steal that Ontario has given up in group play.
I like this, Russ. BC gets their single point secured. Now open it up, get some things moving. Make sure you can score, most certainly, but give yourself a chance on this end. She talked about coming around. Gets pretty congested.
Yes. Yeah, you could give the game away right here, couldn't you? Just try not to lose your corner yellow guard here.
Don't. Sit. Okay. All right.
And opens up the center a little bit.
9-6. Okay.
Okay, Emma, take this out.
You're hitting it my way, right?
Am I rolling to center?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm going out, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Newfoundland and Labrador picked up a single to tie, 2-2 going to the break with wild card Jennifer Jones.
7-5.
No.
Close.
No,
Yep.
Tina.
Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa! Shooter. Nice try.
Oh, very nice try.
Whipped her.
Yeah. I thought we were playing it the other way because it looked like it was going to just jam.
Waste a couple.
Hey, you got it. Halfway.
Daleen
Wait,
Piorchuk.
Tight.
It's got to sit for line.
Tight. Tight right now. Halfway tight.
I mentioned, of course, that this team of Corinne Brown and Desiree Hawes isn't here, and that's why Piorchuk is
We might be
in. She's not feeling well. But you come out of junior. I mean, like it's a lot of things you do. Susan McKenna said the team is. She says she's been with them 6 or 7 years now, and she's just watched the team grow up. So through juniors, you're concentrating all on curling, and it's all about curling, and parents take you here and there. And now you graduate to women's play, and well, there's work, and there's relationships, and it's not all just curling. And so she says what, for her, the greatest bit of pride in this team is just the way they've grown as women, and all the things you deal with.
Learn to manage all the other distractions and careers.
Okay.
Well, that shooter will back out and just kiss the cushion. It's not just all curling now.
Yeah, exactly.
And you have no driver.
That's right. You have to drive. You get to drive yourself.
That's the hardest part.
Okay, you got it.
No, that seems to be when you lose a lot of players too. You know, you talk about careers come into play, and
life.
the focus goes there. Life, and men and women. That seems to be that kind of switch time where some will stick with the game and some will go focus more so on careers and life going forward.
Halfway.
Line's good.
Line's good. High.
Line,
Not quite two,
Corinne. A little bit higher.
Daleen, if anything. Yep, Daleen. Hard. Hard, Daleen. You gotta go. Finish.
That's why I give a lot of credit to, you look at Christina McCarville's team, who they haven't gone down that path, but you watch the events day in, day out, and the elite curlers that are playing full-time, and sometimes it's really difficult to think you have any chance, but you look at McCarville, they don't play on tour full-time. They have careers and kids and family, and they can still play at that level.
Yeah, exactly. PI's been in every game. Marianne's been close just about every game. No, it's that's the cool part about the Briar and the Scotties.
Clean. 10. Yep. 10. Yep. Maybe 10
Hard.
too. Yep. Hard, Jen.
It's close. Those are the worst because you left the guard.
Pardon? Like splitting that? Do this? Yeah. Like make a fly too. Yeah. Do you have air there?
I think you leave the yellow one alone, don't you, Cheryl? Like I don't think if you hit this red one, I don't think there's a yellow double unless you roll a long ways. You could roll to the right even.
And I think you do want to
Do you like that ice?
Or do
get
you roll
outshot stone.
Or do you roll buried? Might set up a yellow double.
Aaron Pincott, last of the third stones as we play here in 6. BC trying to generate something.
Whoa. No. No. Hey, wait's close. Hard, Daleen. Hard, Daleen. Go. We're just nosing. We're just nosing. Hard. Hard. Go. Go, go, go.
Yeah, they got a little touch inside, but not very much.
It helps, though, because it doesn't allow, if you nose, then Nova Scotia's probably got a chance to get underneath as well. Just enough of a roll, and they don't. Or it would be very tough.
I think your weight was good. Cut the piece, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, it did move a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can get a roll. How much air did you actually have?
Rolling out this way isn't terrible either.
Yeah.
Leaves her the hit behind, but then, it's still max
So do
2,
you want
right?
to just play that?
Might be safer.
Probably safer.
Yeah, that you don't need to take the
Oh,
risk,
it's
and
nice, I think.
the
4 up.
risk will be that you have to hair that guard, and you could rub it rather than get by.
There's the veteran again, right? You've been burnt trying those shots in practice or in previous games. And I know I have.
Oh, yes.
You roll open here. Even if they roll perfectly buried, Marianne can hit the other yellow one and only give up 2 at the most. With a 4-point lead, that's a good move.
Marianne Arsenault, her first. BC with last rock. Down by 4.
Easy. Yep. Stick it in the 8-foot.
And they'll roll it away.
Good. Good throw, man.
Sweep.
Very nice.
That's not. I got 10 for it. Yeah. Nice throw.
All right, well, if she doesn't make the roll, then we will.
Yeah.
All right, raise 10 here.
Yeah.
Just gonna kind of
Get the roll?
No,
Or
the
stay?
roll will be behind the tee.
Okay, so staying's the call?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just hit and stay.
Okay.
Really?
All right, you got this, Corinne.
Well, for that reason, you'd be back 4 foot buried, and Marianne freezes one on there, and you're in big trouble. Even if you make the roll perfect, Marianne can always hit the wide open one, and it might be a double even if you roll far enough. So I don't think they have much choice. Just hit it dead
Wait's
on.
good.
Okay.
Whoa. Wait's good. Yep. Clean.
Yep. Clean.
Yes.
Yep.
Wait's good. Yep. Yes. Yep. Hard.
Right to it. Right to it.
Good. All right.
And rolls it towards, just grabs the edge of the 4. So now there's Arsenault thinking that she can get this roll.
It's just the little things in the sport that are quite fascinating. Marianne, remember when the rock was here? She could have tried with a lot of risk to roll buried. She just played the simple shot, rolled open. BC followed. Now look, you can come down here if you're Nova Scotia, and you can roll over here and be behind any one of those. They've got this whole window basically from here to here, and it could be another steal.
Nova Scotia final stone.
Whoa!
Not a lick yet. Baxter, Logan now. And where's this going to go? Oh. And that will spin too far, and so it'll be an open draw for two.
I actually really liked the turn Marianne played. I thought she'd get a little more movement off the center line.
I do too.
Sometimes you play the outside in, which would have been the in turn there, and they just don't move at all, but gave it a chance.
14-8 should be pretty close. 14-8?
Yeah. All right, you got this, Corinne.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Nice weight to broom.
Anywhere in the paint.
Line's great. Lead's good. Line's holding.
These kind of draws, Cheryl, she's only 50% of the draws.
There it goes.
Does this send her into the choice here? I mean, is she nervous when she has paint to hit, or is this as easy you can get for her?
Yeah, I mean, I think based on the draw she's had this game, it's been a struggle, but that'll go a long way to build some confidence.
Absolutely. Puts it on the pin for a couple 5-3. Nova Scotia leads it. From Mosaic Place here in Moose Jaw, we continue on with our coverage of the Scotties, the Canadian Women's Curling Championship, dating back to 1961. And this is the 39th Scotties, first with the Scotties and Kruger sponsorship back in 1982. So BC picks up a couple. They are down by 2, 5-3. Nova Scotia once again with last rock, playing the Redstones here in 7.
Yeah. Just a couple feet less should be good.
Great bounce back deuce. They needed it in an even end.
Well, that's all the cities. There you see Regina hosted the very first Scotties in 1982.
Yep.
Thunder Bay will host next year. Their last was 1996. And now Moose Jaw for a second time to go along with 2015. Jennifer Jones winning a 5th championship that year.
Oh, and ruined my double peel.
For Thunder Bay, so this is a nice bit of weaving here, knitting. The needles are going, sparks coming off. We will feature the team from Thunder Bay. Krista McCarville against Robin Silvernagle. Northern Ontario, Saskatchewan. The winner is in tonight, 7:30 Eastern Time on TSN. You think that it just all happens, but there's some thought put into it. Really?
Really? I know. I was wondering, where is he going with this? Oh.
A little surprised.
Good. Good, Dooley. Okay.
Oh, here we go. Deep. So sitting back edge of the 4, but buried.
What?
Update, Kathy. Let's go. Prince Edward Island up by 2 on the territories.
Well, Suzanne Burt grouped her stones on her first, and that allowed a double by Joanne Rizzo to lie 2. 1 biting at the top, 1 at the back, 12, so needs 8 foot for the single.
Line's good, line's fine. It's
Suzanne Burt in an 11th appearance.
Line's good. Take a look. Sweet for T.
Went 6-5 a year ago.
Line's great.
Won a bronze medal in her very first, coming right out of junior back in 2003, and that's a nice draw to go up 6-3. Again, if the scores hold the way they are,
Just on center.
PEI would get the 3rd spot, advancing And Nova Scotia and BC would play again tomorrow in a tiebreaker.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, halfway. Okay, you got it.
Ontario and Yukon, and we showed you that crash that gave away a steal of one. And as we tied here 2-1, rather, Yukon leading. And again, look at the pressure that Yukon is putting on as they sit the shot stone back 4.
Well, she tried to freeze on her final stone and just bounced off, or it would have been a force for Rachel Homan, but because it bounced off, an opportunity for 3.
Oh, we're okay. Joe! Sorry. Gotta go.
You gotta go.
Gotta go.
Or Joe. Go, Joe. Lean on it.
Karen Courtney leaning on it and holding it, and does. And yes, there they are. 1, 2, and 3. So that lead didn't last long for Yukon. Ontario up 4-2.
Right. Yep.
Yes. Hard.
Shoot it. Yes, nice shot.
Oh, almost. Great shot, just the same though. Cleans everything up. Your corner guard's not going to hurt Nova Scotia with hammer.
She's having a great game, Jen. 87%.
Ooh, I thought we missed it.
It's one of her better games. She's been a little down, a little struggling a little bit this week.
It's always a good sign. You know, this is a game that you want badly. It means a lot, and if you can up your game under that kind of pressure when you want something, that's a very good sign.
Hey, you got this. More. Halfway tight, it's okay.
Aaron Pincott. Well, that's when you look at the people who have won on a consistent basis. Now, sure, they've got teams to back them up. I'll give you that. But the likes of a Rachel Homan or Jennifer Jones, or even a case of Chelsea Carey, not to overlook pardon me. My dad used to say, when the money's on the table, the good ones show up.
It's so true, because I think what you see under pressure is a player will either play 15% better than they typically play or 15% worse. And you want to be one of the ones that, when you really want it bad, that you can up your game.
Christina Black.
Okay.
I think I like it now.
Yep.
Oh, here we go, Kathy. Wild card. That's Jennifer Jones leading 3-2 and sitting 2. That's what's facing Newfoundland and Labrador's Erica Curtis.
Well, on Jen's final stone, she went to the top of the 8-foot to really make Erica think. There's 3 choices. She looked at playing the double. She looked at playing the open hit at the back, but you flirt with the front stone, and then settled on the draw. So she needs 4 foot.
Top 8. Top 12. Hard then. Mine's great. Bite the floor. Mine's good. Top 12. Gotta bite the 8. Hard. Running. Gotta go. Hard. Running. Gotta go.
Has to settle. And finally will back edge for a single.
You gotta go for weight. Gotta go. Push.
Oh, they got it there for a second. Great brushing.
For a second.
I mean, BC came into this end with 2 thoughts. We force, which is huge, get the hammer back, and then do something with it next end, or maybe get a steal out of it. To be able to sit 2 right now goes a long way towards a force.
Yeah, that's obviously a little lighter. It's a hit to sit to for the team with hammer. It's hard to get that thing out of there, too, with the back red in the way.
10. Yep. 10 you. 10. What's clean? Whoa. 10. Whoa. Hard him. Whoa. Hard him. Hard for me. Hard. Okay.
I don't know why we
so happy.
Chance to steal, maybe. To get one in there, edge of the 4.
So I had you here. Do you want us to go a smidge more?
Yeah, I think yours would curl a bit more, right?
I think that's close for the ice. Do you like that? Okay. Or do you want more?
I think a hair
Would
more
you
because you can, like, you can show them a piece, right?
ever think about playing the wide in-turn and going down that right side of the sheet as we look at it?
I would, Cheryl. I don't know why more teams don't try that. An arena ice, the surface is so wide, it's so beautiful out there. That would hook in there quite nicely.
I think that's to your point. If you're not on arena ice that often, you don't think of it. You can't do it at a club.
No, you can't.
There's just not enough room out there.
Or it's usually not as predictable.
Top 4.
Yeah.
Hey, you got this.
Can always be 10 feet heavier out there. Typically arena, it's actually the best spot. Most certainly later in the game when the slide path gets a little stickier.
Feel the hair light right now. Mine's good.
That's another right for Vic Rudder.
Mine's good.
Had a lot of those this week.
Yeah.
Don't mind saying.
No.
Don't mind saying. Gonna sneak this by their own though. Get it by that one there. And now help it over. Look at that. Very nice finish for somebody who's really been struggling, particularly with her draw rate, Corinne Brown.
I think, yeah, 15 would have been close. Good throw.
Good shot.
I honestly wondered if she had it was a rock issue early. She was coming up light on that
Terrible. Nice.
out-turn spot, but I think it was just a path.
Dragged that well. Yeah. It's nice to the wing.
Really well thrown.
What was that? 15-3.
Are we hitting, Mark?
Sorry?
Which one are we hitting?
The one she just threw.
Oh.
Board.
Try to pick this out, are you?
Yeah,
Roll them this way.
I don't think you can hit enough of it to miss that red on the straight side. I think they have to high side it to get it by. I think it's just a matter. I don't think Marianne cares. I think it's almost like get that one out of there, hit and stay. Then she'll have an easier last shot. This has to be close to jamming.
But look at the weight choice again, huh?
Nice and soft.
Watch the jam. Look out. Look out. Oh, and gets away with it at the back.
I honestly, Russ, would have instinctively put the broom down for just a straight pick with normal weight.
Right. Yeah. I don't think you could stay without jamming.
No. So I don't know if there's even necessary
Same spotlight.
to play that kind of weight.
Soft, and it curled so much. I was waiting for that one to go too, but no.
Yeah, just a hair more. We'll get it there for you.
Yeah, even if we're around it. Okay, you got this.
You and I were guessing her first rock might be a hair slow, but she just made a beauty. Let's see what happens with this one, because it's the same shot.
15. Okay, nice weight broom.
Footer so deeper, it'd be pretty nice.
Definitely more. Bit more room. A lot more solid. T-line, rim. T-line. We got room right now. No. T-line. No. Ash. Okay, top 4. Really has to curl. Top 4. Back 4. Okay, Ash. Back 4. Ash. Go. Okay, whoa. Back. Whoa. A little bit. Okay, whoa, 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 whoa.
You wonder. She did throw it harder, though, but
Yeah.
she's always seems heavier with that second one.
But that didn't even come close to their stone top 12, did it?
True.
Well, like your last draw, I had a 14.8 that was like perfectly in the 4 foot.
Okay. So same.
Yeah, same weight.
Pull 4 foot. Pull 4M.
Okay.
Need 4 foot.
Yep. Okay. That's the same as what you've been throwing. Should work beautifully.
The overhead scoreboard here at Mosaic Place.
This should curl that much.
Our featured game is there for everyone to see as well. 4 foot is what's asked for.
Weight's really nice.
Has some backing.
4 foot, top 4.
Curl. Okay, curling now.
Running.
Yeah, no, we're all there.
Oh. T-line.
Time's pretty good. Yep. We should be close. Yep, looks pretty good. Nice shot.
Thanks,
One red.
Well, there's 7 perfect draws.
That way.
Good judge.
Nova Scotia leads at 6-3. Lead stones on the way from BC's Ashley Klimchuk as they try to find their way back into this, down by 3. BC, if they can come back and win this, and PEI continue to win in their game with the Territories, we'd have no tiebreaker. So this is all or nothing for Nova Scotia at the moment. They got to win, and they are. So they're up by 3.
Just by forcing that last end, I know BC would have loved to steal, but you know, Jen Baxter made a couple of those peels in the double center and that went away. But to get a force, now you've got a chance for BC. You've got the hammer back. Score a couple here is the key.
Well, talking about Prince Edward Island, and here they are sitting the 1. Second shot corner frozen, though. That's Northwest Territories. Final stone, Joanne Rizzo.
Well, Carrie and her team took a timeout to take a look at what to do and then made a perfect draw on the first one. Joanne Rizzo couldn't get it better than that, and so this is an opportunity for 2, but she needs to get to the nose or a little inside.
Good, Joe. Really nice.
And rolling
like
underneath.
that.
Perfect. To close within 1.
It's her best throw.
Good one.
Really, that was perfect. Yay, you got it.
Trying to play spoiler.
Yep, I think so. Yep.
The other thing with this format, Vic, and originally I thought, oh, this is a little funny because people are kind of jumping and going to different provinces and running around, and you know, I've never been to a Scotties, so I'm going to go here. It's bolstered all the teams that, I don't want to say weaker, but haven't done well in the past few years. You see a lot of parity here now, even from the teams that were ranked, you know, 13th, 14th, 15th kind of thing. They're, you know, Territories have had a pretty good week. Newfoundland's playing better right now. You know, there's a lot of that's changing.
Line's okay.
Rock got stuck in my hand.
Got a little extra line right now.
It's lot.
3. Lot of line. Okay, let me clean. We're still 3.
Real tight.
Yeah, we got
Almost
no
a
line
4.
here. Go ahead, Emma.
It's gonna be in.
That's all right. We're barely in front of it. Okay. Okay.
Okay. We'll lose these for a second.
We'll just do this one.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about the center guard right now.
Yeah, that's helping you.
Jiggle those around, I think.
Yeah.
What? Jiggle those around. Okay. Even if you,
Yeah, like hair high.
I don't even mind staying on the nose of that. Yeah. Hair high. 10. Like that. Or you want to play 10? I was thinking we have something.
These are all these little decisions that this young team will get so much better at if you can keep playing at this level.
Because really, they're talking about 10, which removes one of the reds, and if you can just get something behind the tee line, it's actually helping you.
Yeah, right.
So get to the nose, but throw something maybe like a hack.
Yeah, you can't roll out here either.
No.
10 down. Whoa! We're down. 10-5. Yep. Yep. Whoa.
Ooh, might be close to 10.
Yes, yes, yes.
Bring it off. I know.
Okay. All right. Nice. Good try. 10-7.
Leaves it there. Could be angled back.
Yeah, I mean, they had to make
Sorry,
that
I thought she
so
was trying to roll
perfect.
there. Was she trying to know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, I'm wide. No, I'm wide. I'm wide.
8-8.
You're good. Good.
Go around now. Yeah. Sure.
Not fooling around. Just get rid of both of
We
them.
know this spot well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's think it in
Running
here.
14-8.
Okay.
You got this.
Make the move now around that left-hand yellow corner guard. Made this before.
Her weight's close. Yeah.
We talked before. You saw that view
Line.
from behind the sheet and how difficult it must be if you've curled your entire life in a curling club. But this BC team got a bit of an advantage, having played their provincial in an arena, about 4,500 seats, of which this is similar size.
Okay, nice.
in Cranbrook.
Alberta had that for a while. It didn't last very long, but it was good. It was a few years that our provincials were all in an arena, which was great. Ontario's had that for years.
Saskatchewan did a great thing, I think, because they, to save a little bit on cost, they doubled up the men's and women's. And I know Ontario did it too.
They do that.
It just makes sense. You got one install, one take out the ice. You could put them all together. And then both genders get to play on arena ice before here.
I'm sorry, Kathy, I could have gotten to you sooner, but
There are others.
Russ was just chatting away here. 4-2, Ontario leads it, and Ontario is sitting 2. Yukon last coming up.
Well, and this is not an easy shot. After some struggles early with draw weight, Rachel Homan had gone through the house a couple of times, made a lovely shot right on the hearts. Line 2, she's trying to run the yellow guard onto her own in the 8-foot and then redirect onto the 4-foot to get rid of at least one.
Wow, she's giving it a pitch here. Haley Burney out of Whitehorse. Something. Oh, and she'll run it by. And so that will be a steal of 2 for Ontario.
I thought your conversation was captivating, Russ.
Yeah, and then you were listening to it.
I was, actually. I was
not like everybody.
Well, I can tell you to add in, Manitoba has had the luxury suite for a long time that the women's Scotties has been played in an arena for many, 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 many years. So that all the teams come here very prepared for the arena ice conditions.
Well, and isn't that the point, Kathy? You're trying to give your teams that win the best chance once they get here.
You do, and we also have the luxury of head ice tech now. Greg Owasco makes the ice for the Manitoba Championships.
Oh, that's
so
cheating.
You also, it's called advantage.
Oh.
That is.
Well, there's still some, I guess, that hold their championships in clubs. And then I remember at one time, Charlottetown Curling Club in PEI, and I think Montague now, and that was one of the reasons why Suzanne Vert made the move, was that they try to replicate. They get a sheet and they try to replicate as best they can.
Well, that's what you have to do.
I would play on Darren Moulding's ice again.
Yeah, he's good.
It was amazing. But, you look at somebody like that plays at a high level and what he would want and expect out of an ice surface, and that's exactly what he produced.
Oops, a daisy.
Okay, you got this. Nice weights for him. Lots of time.
Out-turn hit or out-turn around the corner?
I think it's the out-turn around the corner.
Hair less than her last one.
Mine's great.
Not a big port there.
No, that stagger's not very conducive, is it? So you're going to have to feather one and the other probably. Get by that one. And then now get by that one. Wow, and now that little rub and roll inside, so that little wick pays off, and they're sitting 2.
Good call.
Yeah. Nice call, Corinne.
Really good weight, Aaron.
I just wanted to make sure it got in the house.
That works? Yeah.
Took on a lot of risk. It would have been tempting to hit that red one because the other yellow's open anyways.
Right.
But they made a nice shot. But now that red one they didn't hit could help Marianne Arsenault. That red one's still there, right? So if this gets in behind, you're racing the wrong color.
Yeah, but if she doesn't. Okay.
Oh, goodness. What is it? Shotstone yellow top of the 4. So that belongs to Newfoundland and Labrador. But, boy, lots of red in there.
Well, Jennifer had an opportunity on her first to really cap it off, drawing to line 3, but went back 12, and that allowed Erica Curtis to get in. It didn't quite bury, but looking at trying to run back the double, chance for 3 or more.
Jennifer Jones, team wildcard, already qualified at 5-1 for the championship round. And it'll roll far enough for 1, 2, 3, and that's about, I think, all.
I think so, too.
Just
3 it is.
Sorry, guys.
Did you notice there, Vic, that Jennifer took 0 ice on that one, on that out turn, and that's what was hindering her performance early in the week.
Very much. It's taken probably, well, what are we in? Draw 7 here for them. Game 7. It looks like it's taken 6 games for her to believe.
That was a good throw.
Yeah, I like it.
What a brilliant roll by Marianne. She just has a way to throw the right weight to get those rolls. Nobody else is making them, and
Nice weight room.
she is.
Now back to the earlier comment, the BC could have hit this red one. It would now be a yellow one, and then you'd have an angle raise. Now you have to make the double perfect.
9-5. No. Hair down. Hair down. Over the top. Yep.
Corinne Brown first.
Hard.
Really hard.
Hard.
Gonna get it. And stuffed it, and really stuffed it right underneath.
It's hard to
Marie
do.
was good, hey? Yeah.
This side, I think you can probably see it tiny.
They tried to get on it to get it to go across the top of shot stone, but too late and it didn't hold.
Well, she's brought her numbers up because they were down in the 40s midway through, but not keeping pace, obviously,
Where is that rock?
with Marianne Arsenault and trailing in the game. The player numbers are brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
We're just guarding, though.
Okay.
Double guard, yeah.
By playing that really tough draw through that small port that we questioned, they end up giving themselves a very hard shot, with being a red double as opposed to a yellow raise. And now they're in trouble.
So we want to be on Emma's side of our guard.
Wait one sec.
Okay. Hold on.
Do we want to
Yeah,
come
I
in
don't-
so she can't play that for 2?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be guarding this. It's guarded. So
Yep.
Yeah, right. It's a wasted guard. Isn't it?
yeah, there's no
Do you
point.
want to come here? Or?
Yeah, that's very true. If they play the run back and make it, they're
Yeah,
only
it's
getting
the only
one.
shot she's got for 2, right? Yep.
Freeze down on top of it. You might steal 2.
Makes sense.
But will coming this way even block that?
Well, I think we'd be out counting their one on the 12-foot.
Oh, okay. All right. Top 8.
Seems to be running really nice.
Yeah, it's still the same
Okay.
as what you threw.
The other option would be get rid of the yellow guard or guard the yellow guard. So you're right. There's nothing there right now with that perfectly buried
A little
rock.
light, I think.
Where?
I
Wait
don't think
there
so.
on the zone. Where? Top 4.
Stay close, guys.
Teal
Come
line.
on.
Touch heavy.
Yeah, we're tapping
Stay
off of
close.
that. Can we go
Yeah, we're
behind it?
tapping. No,
Line's
we're on
good.
it already. We're T-line. Coming down. Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa.
We're touching the guard. I really don't want
Set.
to. Okay.
Really good.
Very good.
To sit 2 without and already leading 6-3.
Running pretty good there.
Yeah. Did we leave a double?
No.
Okay.
Huh?
It's pretty varied, isn't it?
That's very
Your
good shot.
hack waiter in, what end was that? 4?
Okay.
Moved pretty good, or whatever shot that was.
Okay.
I think it's there.
Okay. Do you want to
That was like a 12-7, so just easy, like back here, right?
Okay.
Because you can roll a hair.
Yep.
Is there not enough showing? I know you probably can't hold the shooter, but is there not enough showing on that stone top 8 that was just thrown to make the double?
Well, you could probably get it real thin across the top, but that's tough, really tough to do. There's not enough distance between them, so I think this gives you a better chance of scoring, which is pretty critical right now.
Right, okay.
Let's come up to nose on that. You have a bit of room to roll.
Okay, nice weight room.
Just a great shot by Marianne. There's no chance of getting a deuce.
And a wonderful call by the team to make that change and realize that angle raise was there for a deuce.
Weight's good. Yep. Weight's good. Little up. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Weight's up.
Ashley Klimchuk
Clean. Forward. Yeah. Forward.
coming up that center guard.
Gotta go. Hard ass. Hold it.
And a fit.
Atta girl. Nice shot.
And very nice. For the single.
Good call.
She needs to put something together. Two of the 4 sheets that are in play on this Wednesday afternoon. All 4 games from the From Pool B, as we wind up the round robin, short, very intense, 7 games. The 8 teams, of course, and then the top 4 will move on. We already know that Ontario, Rachel Holman, is going to be in the championship pool, as is Team Wildcard Jennifer Jones, who played her way into the field last Friday night. So there you see what's happening. That's why we say it's all important Nova Scotia. When you win the game, you bring British Columbia back. Prince Edward Island, it should BC come back. PEI win, there would be no tiebreaker. Boy, is it a big night coming up this evening. With only Manitoba having a spot so far. So 3 spots to be determined there when we come back and join you tonight at 7:30 Eastern Time, and our featured game will be Saskatchewan against Northern Ontario.
I think this way's probably easier to freeze it this way.
So BC with a nice shot to get a single, but they trail by 2. Nova Scotia with Last Rock playing the Red Stones, and they are sitting 1-2 and behind cover with 2 long center guards.
Well, just beautiful weight control on Corinne's last.
Top 4. Whoa, top B. Gotta go. Top B.
Well, final stone. This is from Suzanne Bird as they play in the 8th after Northwest Territories got a couple in 7 to get close.
And she's forced facing 3, but they are all around the 12-foot range. Joanne Rizzo had an opportunity to draw higher in the house, but slid deep. And so full 8-foot is good enough for shot.
Great weight, Suzanne.
And there it is, a single to take a 7-5 lead. Again, if the scores hold, with PEI winning there, should Nova Scotia hold on and win in this game, Prince Edward Island would earn the 3rd spot, leaving Nova Scotia and BC to play again tomorrow morning in a tiebreak.
Guards run nice.
All right, you got it.
It's a lot of curling for Marianne with the provincial win. Went right into her seniors, played seniors with Colleen, and like a day, I think I had 1 day off and right out here.
Incredible.
The one thing though is that she skipped the senior team.
Yes.
So she didn't do as much brushing. So
I didn't realize.
So she's probably a little fresher than you would be, for example. Well, no, I guess you would be equally fresh because you didn't do much there either, did you?
Yeah.
You were skipping that team.
No, I did not.
No.
Nice shot, David. Good pair. Really good.
That's what you wanted to hear. You didn't do much there either.
The straight deal.
That's probably true.
And UConn manages to get a single, but Ontario leads at 6-3. Steal of 2 in the 7th by Holman. Jumps off the board.
Emma, go a little.
Real thin.
Scared it. Yeah. Like, you're okay. It's just real thin.
The back there?
It's true. Yeah.
All right. So here, less than day leads. Wait.
One more
Just put it
guard,
back
I
up
would
there.
think.
Got halfway.
You got to become shot rock at some point. Unless you're happy to force Nova Scotia and then be 3 down coming home with hammer.
All there. Halfway. Line's nice. Halfway. Halfway. Line's good. Halfway. Might over curl. Looks like just
Line's
over
good.
halfway. It's on the lighter side.
Got to curl a hair.
A little bit, Ash?
Yep, Ash,
Yep.
go. Yeah, Ash, Ash, hard Ash. Yep, little bit. Oh.
Good.
Okay. Nice staying on that side of it.
Well, Canada's #1 trade deadline show comes your way Monday. It's Duthie, Mackenzie, Drager, LeBrun. They have the most comprehensive coverage, every story, every trade, every angle and platform. Tune in all day beginning 8 a.m. Eastern Time only on TSN. It's all brought to you by Pepsi Zero Sugar. Just hope they have something left to talk about. The teams have been very busy.
A lot of trades.
A lot of trades. Maple Leafs picked up, made a trade today too. And
Oh, really?
I think Las Vegas just taking a look at the headlines.
You want a hair more weight?
Sports Center, of course, will keep you updated as well. Before then,
Like a couple feet, if anything.
Eventually, we're gonna have to get around. We're gonna have to do something, right?
Yeah,
So
same weight actually.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay. You got this.
too tight.
More about the line.
Keep it on that side, though. You got this.
Keep your guard on the left side as we look at the sheet here. So if they come through the port, that yellow jams onto the Nova Scotia stone.
It's about the same. Yeah, about the same weight. A bit more maybe. Weight's good. Halfway. Line's good. Halfway. It's gotta sit. Halfway.
Oh,
It's clean. Sit.
might be over curling a bit here.
Is it ever?
Right.
yeah, it's going to show
that's okay.
Actually, good. Perfect
half the
spot.
stone.
Yeah.
Like that? Oh, I don't see any of it. It's super long. The guard's quite high. It's really long.
Just pick the right speed.
But like, I feel like I'm just moving it, and then they're just gonna put a better one in there. Yeah.
A hack waiter would work.
I think so. Guard is really long.
I just feel like if I even get it out, they just put a better one in on the button, and then you're peeling. Because like I'd have to just pick it, right?
Yeah, I was thinking hack and just kind of keep your shooter head before there.
Then I'm probably just leaving them shot on the back of the button if I hit that much of it.
Well, like half rock does it.
Yeah.
You could do something like that
you
too.
never, I think the peel's the call.
Well, that's unfair. That's a very big.
Yeah,
rock.
that's
Extra large
That's
guard.
my guard rock.
It is.
Yeah, I don't think I can.
Wishful thinking.
You can't even see the one that I use for going through the port. So small.
Skinny.
Marianne really wanted to play hack weight at that, but I think that's another veteran move. If your player doesn't see it, doesn't want to play it, why play it?
Easy PL. Clean, clean. Clean.
Well, doesn't that go back to what you said earlier, Cheryl, about
What are you thinking?
Marianne Arsenault can be very offensive. Likes to put rocks in play, but sometimes has to think about the team in front of her and what she's asking them to play. They have to be in a comfort zone.
Well, and it's been working this game because she's got Jen and her front end playing almost 90% together. And Jen was struggling, so I think she's called a few more shots based on what the players are more comfortable with and getting good results because of it.
Make it hard for her to double them out and then make her look at two
Because we
on her
have
last
this
somehow.
too, right? So if you do a little tap
on this side, so then the double jams, like just a hair high or low, I guess.
I think so because we got a steal, right? And I think
Yeah.
you're right. You throw the guard, we might not have a chance.
Yeah,
to do
just the
something.
hair like there, Corinne, just to line it up, right? Bump it to
What are
here.
you thinking, back four?
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, you don't have to throw it like, even if.
I think it's a 14-2 here, though. I think the weight is.
Yep, 14 won't hurt you, I don't think.
Yeah, you don't necessarily need to move this like super far. But
Yeah.
get
So
a good
that's where
angle,
we're
right?
getting for a draw. Do you like here to get to the inside?
I like that. Okay.
Is that close?
Yeah. Yeah. Let me know, guys.
Back 8.
Back 8. Okay.
You're trying to get hair inside?
Couple
right?
choices.
Yeah.
You can come down and just tap it to there type thing. Or you can move that red one back, long as you can line the two yellows up. If they don't line up properly, it'd be a very simple removal of both yellows with Marianne's first rock. Which one do you like?
Well, I might delay and play a guard one more
Still
time.
one more guard?
Yeah, this is kind of an all or nothing. You could leave her a double. But I didn't mind the weight call they're playing at it. They're trying to tap it back, build a little wall back there.
Just hope they get the angle right.
Yeah.
Back 8 right now. Back 4. Yeah, line. Back 8. T line. Gotta go.
T-line. Yep, stay down. You can't leave it. Can't leave it. Back four. Can't leave it for line. T-line, back four. Can't leave it for line. Can't leave it.
And over curl, pushes it back. Shot stone remains the red rock. That belongs to Nova Scotia. And they do have the hammer here in this
You just have to touch it though.
in this night.
Not bad.
No, it worked out pretty good.
It's not terrible.
No, I think it's okay.
That curls a bit more, and there's an easy double.
Yeah. And if she
A
rolls
foot
off,
harder would have been golden.
For a couple.
Yeah.
So, do you want to stay or just?
I think we might as well stay over here.
Okay.
10.5.
Okay. Looks good.
Now this is getting tricky.
Well, wild card, that's Jennifer Jones, of course, leading 6-3 and sitting 1-2. And final stone coming up. Newfoundland Labradors, Erica Curtis.
Jennifer hit and rolled on her final stone, but she rolled a little bit too far and set up a double opportunity for Erica Curtis for 2.
If she can bring that stone to the top edge of the 8 into play. And jammed it, but rolled that shooter in. So we'll pick up a single.
I like this call too. Just hit and stay in the corner, knowing BC has to make a play on that red shot rock, and that will group the yellows again.
Oh, wow. I'll have to call the right name. She got a little confused at Christina between Jen Baxter and Emma Logan.
I was trying to get Jen.
Well, that's really good because she can even come off that, Russ.
Smart veteran call there.
Yeah, I think it does the trick.
Well, yeah, because you can always come off that or something if you had to
Necessary.
as well.
It's a perfect spot. You got a shot at a big end here too, Cheryl. This taps and angles. You're scoring 4.
Yeah, we don't have to kill it. Just gotta get.
All right, Randy, got this. Nice weight through.
It's not the end of the world, but I think you should have a shot to score.
Tap it just enough, get to nose, and tap it just enough to sit 2.
Yeah, you can't tap it deep, can you?
No.
T-line. Yep, stay on it. Gotta go.
It's curling.
Gotta go, Wayne.
Keep going,
Hard.
keep going, keep going.
Trying to
Hard.
hold it up, clinch up.
Really
Bjorchuk.
gotta go.
Maybe a little tap here, move it far enough, and they do. And it looks like it's just the one at the moment. Just barely.
If they could have kept it, though, Vic, on the left-hand side, then it would have been really tough.
These little calls. Marianne just hit the top one, didn't panic, knew BC could do this, but watch what happens here now.
Okay.
It rolls over, and if you can get by that guard, which looks like there's lots of room, this rock goes that way for sure. That one, it might tick this one, but even if it does, out it goes, and you score 3 or 4 to end this game. Nose hit.
Can she end it here? Can she force a possible a tiebreak here? Baxter staying with it. Final stone in 9. Bang, and through it goes, and there they are. 4 more. And it will be a tiebreak as Nova Scotia will pick up the win, make the final 10-4. And so both teams will finish with records of 4 and 3. So now let's go over to sheet A, where Prince Edward Island is playing the Territories and Joanne Rizzo. And this is her final stone in 9.
Opportunity to find the paint for 2 after Suzanne Burt hit and rolled out on her final stone. Anything will do.
Trailing by a couple.
I got a fast time.
It's fine.
Oh, look at this. Put it in the paint for 2. And it'll finally settle down. Back edge to tie it. Oh, goodness, we're not done yet. Carrie Galusha trying to play spoiler.
I'm getting 32.
That was the same. That's good.
She's just waiting now to see whether in fact she has to play a tiebreaker, or there is the potential she could get 3rd place overall. But really one of the best games we're seeing out of Nova Scotia, and it couldn't come at the better time, with Jen Baxter having her best game at the 2nd position. Really front to back, Nova Scotia looking very, very strong. 10-4, they win it. The game story brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada. It's also a win for Ontario as they pick up a 9-3 win. So they will take a 6-1 record into the championship round, and Yukon will end their pool play winless in 7. So Nova Scotia hangs around because right next door they're going to keep a close eye on the game between the Territories and PEI. Prince Edward Island has last draw. They have the Hammer playing the Yellowstones.
Yep.
A win and they would grab 3rd place. But if Carrie Galusha and the Territories should steal the game and force give PEI a 3rd loss, they would come down to the last draw. Those are all the draws they make before the games to determine the Hammers. Well, that would give the 3rd place to Nova Scotia, and that would lead PEI and BC to play a tiebreak tomorrow. So it's so very important. That's why Nova Scotia's hanging around, and so is Kathy.
This has been a very interesting game. I would say that Prince Edward Island has had the Northern team in a lot of trouble more often than not, but it has been the timing of makes and misses by Suzanne Burt and some wonderful shot making by Joanne Rizzo that has caused a tie game.
Well, now there's Carrie Galusha throwing the 2nd stone, still skips the game.
Thought it was hard to go too thin.
It's interesting that when she does throw that Sarah Colton actually holds the brush for her, and they leave Joanne Rizzo to do the brushing. So they come deep.
It's a different concept, isn't it?
Yeah, that's 30 years difference too. You know, Sarah 26 and Joanne at 30 years her senior. So you're getting her doing some extra brushing before she throws.
Sarah skipped her entire career too, so even though she's so much younger, she's had the chance to watch some rocks come down the sheet.
Well, she knows she has a better idea of what Carrie Galusha's throwing, right?
For sure.
Having played with her.
Joanne Rizzo
is the import.
Sorry, Vic. I was a little bit surprised, Russ, that Northwest Territories came in on that one. I'd still be throwing center guards.
Yeah. Plus, it's not in a good spot either.
No.
No, for sure.
Pretty early. Like, I know you eventually want to get them looking at a couple, but center guards, there's a lot to kind of jam on, roll into the rings.
Well, one of the earlier games where we saw was Prince Edward Island against Team Wildcard Jennifer Jones. Remember that when they went to the extra?
Yes.
And it was probably as well played extra end by Jones. She set it up perfectly. Ticks were made, had it set up. Then, of course, comes down to one draw. You have to hit the button, and Burt was heavy.
An inch heavy, yeah. Yeah, same sheet actually.
Normal.
I remember that shot so well. Suzanne looked perfect all the way down. And about the hog line, they decided they better be aggressive on the brush in case it kind of fudged in, and it didn't fudge in at all. She had to touch button. She missed it by about 1.5 inches.
Yep. Hard. Whoa. Whoa. Michelle, this way, this way. That's good.
That's not helping, really.
No, I don't think you want to leave a center guard up there at all.
Wouldn't call it good.
Yeah.
That guard's not good enough.
Yeah, I agree.
Halfway.
Yeah. Okay, same ice. Yeah, a little slower.
Line similar. Is
Sarah
that heavy?
Colton, a 4th appearance for her.
Where are we?
She did skip in the 14 Scotties when the
Okay, whoa.
Territories and Yukon were still a combined team. That was in Montreal.
Remember that.
Get it by. It's good. Oh. They were trying to make that a guard, but it would have been perfect, Cheryl. Just sweep it all the way down. It's probably top 4.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They didn't communicate that quick enough.
3/4. Okay. Normal? Yeah. That was good weight.
Hard on the brush, trying to avoid any kind of jam here, and very nice to get it through. So they are sitting, looks like they are the shot stone, top edge of the 8, Prince Edward Island.
What is she going to do? I don't like a guard because she's going to get in there first. She's going to get in there first. Well, I don't really love a center because like she's not going to.
You should come. Maybe we can come around all of that.
Well, what about here?
Or even if we hit that one now, and then you can come around to your next one.
I
we hit this,
really
will they hit it?
think we want to hit it, do we? Like we can use that, no?
To bury around.
So can they though?
Pardon? Yeah, that's what I mean. So
I don't want.
So our options are.
I'd like to get one in the 4-foot. I don't see the point of hitting that.
Okay. If we're coming around, we have to make sure we're.
And we have a final on sheet C, and it's a 7-4 win for Team Wildcard, and that's Jennifer Jones. She too will take a 6-1 record into the championship round. And Newfoundland and Labrador, Erica Curtis, will wind up 1-6.
I don't.
And then if she comes.
I don't think she's gonna kill it.
Okay. Then let's come around now. It's good enough.
I think we have to get it one in the 4-foot and make it good now.
I think I agree.
And then what is she gonna do?
If we hit this, then she's gonna try to run and rolls off, and then you make this after.
Well, that's open. But we're just opening up the 4-foot for her.
Yeah, make it harder.
I think. Oh my God, it's saying you need to get right here.
The speed is good, Joe. Too good for me.
Amanda now coaching. She played in 3 Scotties with Tracy Fleury.
For sure. Yeah, just back to that.
Should be a really good coach, good experience.
Yeah.
I was leaning towards the center guard.
A tight one even that could be jammed.
Yeah. Carrie is concerned that they throw a center guard, they're going to come around it, but then I'd be happy.
That's a good thing, isn't it? Now you have a center guard. If they don't come around perfect, you can get around that corner guard, that tight corner guard with either turn too. You could get in there with that in turn out wide.
Yes.
This works too, though, doesn't it? If you can get this, 2/3 buried and hope you get an error.
Back four.
Do we need a rub?
Yep.
T-line? Yep.
Weight's good.
T-line.
Joanne Rizzo.
Whoa, finish it then, finish it.
And
Sarah, go.
by it goes. And in behind it goes into the back edge of the 4. It finally settles.
Oh, that rub would have been perfect. Taking a little steam off it, and they were trying to get it right there.
Finish it.
And then they went to plan B.
Go. Whoa.
Timeout now being called by PEI. Mitch O'Shea is in his 2nd year of coaching with Suzanne Burke.
In this path?
Yeah.
Do we ever slash and open it up and then so you have a draw to the 4 foot? Yeah, I know, I do too. I'm just.
You can tap it in, but. I'm not sure.
At least at the tap, you're on an angle and you can leave your shooter like open here in case you need it.
Are we gonna tap it? We want to make sure that the.
We're gonna tap it straight. Yeah, I guess either.
What do you like?
20 seconds.
We have 4 minutes after that.
I kind of like that second draw here.
Second one, straight back, tap it straight back.
Well, I think then they chase it. They actually can open it up for you.
You like option 2?
I do.
You play the draw.
Thank you for the number.
Just, yeah.
I think so too. Just because if you draw, she always has that pit and flop. Like if you learn, like do you know what I mean? If she ever played draw weight and rolled in, then you have a real tough shot. So, okay. So just a straight draw?
No,
Oh, tap. Okay.
Oh, they're going with your caller.
Roll as far as you can.
Yep. I think back.
I like just the straight draw. They're talking about the tap.
Oh, you're thinking drawing around? Okay, with the out turn probably. Yeah, okay. It's not a long tap, so it's not, but it's harder to get the line. You're right. But I think if this tap goes sideways, like if you don't get it properly, at least you open it up a bit. Yeah, it's a good call.
But even if you draw a round shot, just play it through. They have to do something with it.
Yes.
So they might open it up for you.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So I don't know. I like that. This works. You make this at an angle split, and it's pretty good.
Even just a little more. That look good? Still good.
Most teams would try to draw to that back one, and that you're just helping your opponent.
Line's good.
In a 7-7 tie.
Yep.
Prince Edward Island trying to avoid dropping into a tie break. They need to win to get 3rd spot.
Whoa, Michelle. Trying to overcurl and keep going. Go.
Staying with it. There is that overcurl. Now it's pushed back. Shooter rolls inside. There's a little overlap there.
It's pretty good. You're 1st and 3rd.
Opens up your 4 foot 4. Yeah, that's pretty
And key point, you
just
open
had
up
to
the
make
4
sure
foot.
once it was overcurling that it went.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it. If it went sideways, at least you
She'll
open
just
it up.
draw or pit. You think we should be drawing? Well, she just.
Nose hit's not horrible because another nose hit, PI loses.
This would be lovely, but.
Well, I think we have to show her all of it.
They haven't even talked about that.
I think she's right.
Okay. You're thinking you want to hit Sarah?
I just think if we make her play against
Joe, why don't
two,
you go get
then
ready?
she can't roll out. Like
Yeah,
if we,
but
if
I
we
mean,
make her face
she
two.
just draws here. She just threw a draw.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
just or she just noses it.
Joanne to go down and get ready.
Oh, because they're down to, I think, minutes.
I'd personally like her involved in this decision, though, because she's the one that has to throw it.
It's a harder shot for her.
So they're down under a minute now as Marianne Arsenault and the team wait to see whether, in fact, they will get the 3rd spot or they'll be in that tie break tomorrow. We know that BC will be in that tie break. Question of who is
who is it they will play? So they've elected to what? Play the draw or the hit?
Okay, you got it, Joe.
Do you know, I'm actually not sure because it's probably the right ice for
just
both.
straight draw.
No, straight draw.
Yeah. Yeah, you got it.
Where do you put it though?
Yeah, I really like the hit.
I did too.
No.
If you can hit and roll out, they could have a tougher shot than they're going to have now.
Yeah, gotta go.
This has to be closer to the yellow one too.
Sarah Colton closer to the stone. Out in front, it's Shona Barber. Big carry now. If they can get it around, they got to get around that one their own top. 8. Oh, and they will not. And that will end it. And that will be the win for PEI. 8-7 is the final. And so that is a win to go to 5-2. And 3-4 now for the Territories. And that smile will tell you all you need to know. They are through. So Ontario Team Wildcard, Jennifer Jones, Rachel Holman on top. They are 6-1. Prince Edward Island joins them at 5-2, leaving Nova Scotia and British Columbia to get together again tomorrow morning in a tie break to see who wins the 4th and final spot. So for a moment, Marianne Arsenault thought she just might not have to play, but she will. It's BC again tomorrow.
The Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by OK Tire and BKT Tires. The Scotties Tournament of Hearts is brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of curling Canada. By Purex Bathroom Tissue, soft and absorbent for over 95 years. And by Home Hardware, here's how.
So we still have one decision to be made in Pool B. That'll be decided tomorrow morning. What will happen tonight? Well, we're going to find out. We only know one team so far. That's Manitoba is through. 7:30 Eastern Time. Krista McCarville coming off a 100% game earlier today against Saskatchewan's Robin Silvernagel. One of those will advance. 5th win will get you through. It's the final day of round robin group play. And we're back with you at 7:30 Eastern Time with Northern Ontario and Saskatchewan. Till then, thank you for joining us. The Scotties from Moose Jaw is here on Canada's sports leader, TSN.